we want anybody that's called to do this work to be a powerful relationship coach in the world, because there's such a huge need. For many years, Christine and I were doing just tons of private practice work. And, our practice was full. There was a limit to how many people we could see. And of course, when somebody called in and they're in pain, it's like, oh my gosh, like, how can I tell this person no? And so we were doing it like more than a full practice and more than full time. And, we just really stretched ourselves really, really thin, out of this kind of passion to serve. And at some point we realized we need to train other people to do what we do, because, there's just the two of us. We need to make a whole lot more of us. And so we developed this coaching program as a way for people that are really called to do this work, to support people in the most important thing in their life, right? Like, a romantic relationship is the most important thing in our life. It's the foundation of our life. And whether it's in a good place and we just want to take it to great, right? Because how awesome is that when we can do that in life? Or if someone is in pain, right? Just like they're in the state of suffering, and that to have the skill set to really help them, to take them from pain to pleasure. It's really just the most incredible work.
Yeah, truly. Thank you all so much for just exploring this possibility of going on this journey. And like Bret said, there's just so much unnecessary suffering. So, our story, we've been together 20 years and went through our own relationship transformation many years ago. And it's really what moves us so deeply to share this, because, most people out there, no matter how kind or caring or generous or loving or even self-aware they are, or how successful they are in other life domains, we just don't learn anywhere how to have an intentional, healthy, conscious, thriving relationship. And so most couples are just going through a lot of trial and error. And in that process of trial and error, there tends to be a whole lot of unnecessary suffering. And we just see it all around us. We experienced our own unnecessary suffering, and we know that most couples do. It's not even just the exception. It's most couples are in deep pain. And we really come together in relationship to make life easier and more enjoyable. And unfortunately, the opposite ends up being the case. And it's not because it isn't possible. It's just because there is an absence of people really being equipped and empowered with the roadmap. And we're at such an exciting time in the world that people are more open than ever to getting support and need it more than ever. And yet a lot of people don't know where to turn. And when they find that there is someone who specializes in relationships, it's really their area of expertise, they can relax and trust and have a guide. And so there is a vast need for this in the world. And we really, think about how, like, what's the most important way that we can use this precious gift of life to most love and serve the world, helping people in the area of life that is something that they probably means more to them than anything else is their romantic relationship. And it's the area of life that really ripples out to impact every other area of life. Like, when your relationship is solid, everything else just feels a little easier. And when your relationship is rocky, everything else feels more challenging too. So yes, we're so thrilled that you're open to exploring this and spreading these ripples in the world.
Yeah, so we tasked ourselves with coming up with a program that will both kind of, through the experiential part of it, for the students, that you will become these kind of relationship masters for yourselves, and really kind of be that model relationship in the world and that kind of beacon of light. And then also train you to be a coach where you can facilitate that for other people. And so, we created this 6-month program that really gives you, this incredible theoretical foundation, and trains you in all the soft coaching skills and this amazing toolkit to create dramatic breakthroughs for couples.
Woo-woo! So maybe we've been connected in some way before. If you're watching the replay, so grateful to have you in our lives, in our world. And if we haven't met before, we're just giving you a big hug from our hearts. And so we won't go a whole lot into our background, our story. Do check out some of our other resources or webinars where we'll go a little bit more into it. We really wanted to pull back the curtain and invite you into behind the scenes. Like, what does it actually look like once you enroll in this program? Because we know how it is. Like, when you're going out, looking for a new jacket, chances are you want to like kind of try it on and see how it feels and what's like the inside like. The softer, the better for me. And so that's what we want to do for you right now, is just to welcome you in. We want to invite you over to our house and come on inside and see what it's like to try it on. Exactly, to see like how it feels. And we are huge advocates for following your heart and your intuition. And so that's what we really invited you into, this exploration to see like, oh, how does it all feel to your heart? And then we're here to answer any questions whatsoever, because this is like a no pressure thing. We just really want to open up this opportunity for anyone who, just feels this longing to really make a difference. And there's no doubt it's so amazing to watch our graduates now. Actually, we have one I've been texting with today because she's leading a workshop right now. She just graduated in April and she's leading her first workshops this week. She has 90 some people. It's a paid workshop. She has 90 some people signed up and she's going to rock it. So that really lights us up. So yes, for you just to tune in, if you're someone who wants to really have impact, and at the end of the day, at the end of your life, know that you really showed up to support people in a way that inspires you and moves you, and to find work that not only makes a difference, but like in the process really fills you up. This work is absolutely that for us. And we want that for you, and to, of course, create a whole lifestyle around it that feels liberating and meaningful and purposeful, and that your gifts are really used. It's the most painful thing if you have this calling or these incredible gifts inside of you and then feel like you don't have a channel for them, for all this love and care and compassion. We want to open that up for you and do whatever we can to support you.
Let's take a look at this course.
Let's do it. Okay, so, hey, who's that?
Hey. Those are cute dogs.
Those are cute dogs. Wonder Boy is tucked underneath that banner there. So welcome inside. Make yourself at home. Okay, so when you sign into the course, of course, we have an orientation. Our aim is to support you every step of the way, that you feel held and seen and encouraged, and that no question goes unanswered. Whatever needs you have, we've got you. We really have this amazing heart-centered, loving community here to support you as well. So here, of course, this just guides you through all the things that are in this course. But let's scroll down over here. So there is a Facebook group. Now, if you're not on Facebook, don't worry. You will still feel very much connected. And really, we have the course set up that you can, if you're looking to connect with other heart-centered, people who are committed to making a difference in the world, then you'll have the opportunity to connect with friends, new friends from all over the globe. And, our first cohort, they're like the first cohort we've had, they're still meeting all the time, lots of them. And so that's those of you that are looking for that, those kind of new meaningful connections and peers and colleagues. This is a great place to find those.
Yeah, every week there's partner calls that are opportunities for you to try the tools that we've trained you in that week with other students in the course. And by doing that, by taking each other through those exercises, it's amazing how like these deep connections are formed. You really go kind of deep with each other.
Yes, you got it. So, and we have a Facebook group, which we won't really show you around there, just to honor everybody's privacy. But you can see yours, new people are kind of spiraling into the next cohort that starts this October. So you'll be in here. And if we were to scroll down, you would see lots of posts. We ask community questions every week, and all of that is up to you, how much you want to engage. But there's always questions and conversations, and oh, check out this resource, and lots of magic happens in there, and then just thoughtful reflections and hearing from each other. And it's really, there's so much community learning that happens in that container that is totally optional. Those of you that want to engage, there's a lot of community available for you. Of course, we have books along the way that kind of supplement your learning. We want you to be really well versed in the research. And so we go into that kind of what's going on in our brains and in our bodies when it comes to attachment and attraction and intimacy and keeping desire alive and feeling safe and secure and trusting. We want you to be fully equipped with that. And so we have some supplemental resources that help with that. We have, of course, a call schedule. So we have all these modules, but then also, as you'll see, here's the group that's going to be graduating soon. You'll see all the modules, which we'll go through with you. But then there are all these. So here's like the Hartner calls that Bret just mentioned. Those are weekly calls that you can chime in, and Q&A calls every week.
Live Q&A calls. Yeah.
Yes. And we'll go over Business Bootcamp, but those are live that I have the joy of doing with you. So that's what the calendar looks like. So every week you can really, we've designed it to be kind of, if you want to be self-paced, you can be self-paced, do a lot of it just behind the scenes. You're just watching the replays and you're getting ready in the morning when you're on your way to work, and you're going through it all on your own. We love you just the same. We want this to work into your lifestyle and your needs. And so if you want to do it all behind the scenes, you are in our hearts. We are connected in spirit, and we bless you with that. And if you want to join us live and really be in that immersion and that community feel, then there are opportunities for that every single week for you to join us for that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And you can always submit questions ahead of time. We can have all of this at the top of the course, these easy to access links. So we have our Q&A calls every week. That's both of us together. We love it. It's really like sitting in circle together. So we share celebrations and wins and insights from the week. And we also answer your questions. So questions that are asked live, as well as there's a link where you can ask your questions at any time. Yeah. So it's like, if you're it's like 2 a.m. and you're like, you know what do you do in that situation? You just get to submit your question. You can always ask it anonymously. You can ask about your own relationship, anything is welcome. And then you just submit it. And you can do that every week. And then we always pull those up anonymously or with a name connected and answer them on the call. We always post the replays right after for those Q&A calls.
Yeah. And we get a lot of great feedback that our different perspectives are very helpful. My background is a clinical, licensed psychotherapist, and Christine's is, as a coach, and so we kind of bring those different, kind of pathways together, and we, have complementary but different perspectives on a lot of different questions that we get, and so we consistently get the feedback that adds a lot of value to the course.
Yeah, I always love hearing what he's going to say. I'm like, how's Bret going to answer this one? Yeah, so you definitely have kind of the coaching and therapist background, the male and female perspective, and then just our different personalities with things. So yes, we're always there at a Q&A call, and we have fun on those too. We go deep on those. It's really, really meaningful. We love getting to have that live connection. And it's so beautiful to watch over the course of the 6 months. It's a 6-month program that people the bonds that are formed are so special. And then here's a library of additional resources. So every week it's like, oh, there's a video clip. We want you to be stockpiled, that you are truly a relationship expert by the end of these 6 months. We want you to have everything you need and video clips to share with clients and additional resources. And so we just pop things in here throughout the journey that, kind of modern day video clips that might be helpful for them, little clips from movies. So kind of home play that you can give your clients, all the things. And then of course, we're always only an email, text, phone call away. So here's the module. So here's like our orientation. So you'll see down here, we've got module 1 is the welcoming kickoff and orientation. Woo, woo. And then we're just going to read through the modules so you know what the modules are, the different topics we cover. So module 2.
Moving couples beyond power struggles into a new paradigm of thriving relationships.
Oh, so you'll see the drop down here. Under each module, there's a whole lot of goodness. There's a training, slides, handouts. We'll go over kind of, there's so many handouts each time. The Hartner exercise for you to bring to the call. So the call, when everyone comes together to share tools. And if you're on week 1 and someone else is on week 18, you all come to the call because you just bring, for example, you would just bring, here's week 2. You're just going to bring this exercise, and this is the one you're going to be practicing. And then you get to be coached by somebody else. So this is so personally transformative because you get weekly, if you would like, you get weekly coaching for you as an individual in your relationship in such a safe, confidential, nurturing, loving environment. And then there's a quiz every week. This is just a way for you to kind of like check. It's not like a no pressure. You can always just retake it until you get 100%, but it's a good way to kind of make sure that you got all the material. So that's just what kind of looks like inside. So module 2, module 3 is
communication essentials for couples. So important. That's one of our pillars.
Yes, yes. And module 4, cultivating secure attachment. So again, inside each of these, there's the video training. So,
And then when mom comes back,
well, there we go. There, hey, who's that?
hey,
So this one's all about attachment. We're maybe going to do a demo. We love to do demos. I usually have a hard time not laughing during demos, but demos that we hear are helpful. So you'll see there's like, slides. This one's all about attachment, which is so important. And then there's tools, and we guide you through how to facilitate these tools, specifically how to facilitate all the tools. And then you receive those tools. So here's like an example. Here's an assessment. So we have various assessments. We have tools on all the things. We want to empower you as coaches to make it as easy as possible for you to truly get repeatable, predictable breakthroughs and results in every session. So that couples walk out and they're like, oh my gosh, that exceeded my expectations. I got so much value out of that. I can't wait to come back. So here's like an assessment for couples about how securely attached they are. But there's so many helping couples uncover the early imprints they had around attachment, their raw spots. And of course, then there's more prompts to bring to the partner call, the quiz. You'll see that each time. So that's all about secure attachment. Module 5.
Breaking free from repetitive cycles in relationships. So those different attachment styles can create repetitive cycles in relationships, and you're going to understand that really well. You're going to be able to explain that to couples, and you're going to be able to show them the way out.
Yes, yes. Sorry, Brett. So you're going to be able to guide them through it. And there's the slides. There's the slides, of course, for every week. So we walk you through all of it. And as we're walking you through it, you are doing it kind of like as if you were the client. We're having a session together and kind of like you're the client. And then you're also learning exactly how to facilitate all the tools every single week. Okay, so you're going to find the off ramp for couples. Every couple has those repetitive cycles, and you're going to know exactly how to get them out of them. So module 6.
The relationship breakthrough process. So this is repairing relationship traumas is one of the pillars. And this relationship breakthrough process is like one of our secret weapons when it comes to, creating amazing breakthroughs every time with couples. It's really, just this ironclad practice, we just love it. Yeah,
it really works for just about anything. We're like,
creates magic.
When in doubt, walk through the breakthrough process. So, okay. And there's home play every week, some ways that we encourage you. So if you want to experience this kind of radical life transformation, here's like the recipe each week to do that. And so you're applying these things, of course, in your own life as well. So there's the quiz, we always have replays of like the Q&A call and the partner call every week so that you always feel like you are connected and a part of it. Module 7, we've got the power of the love account and keeping it full. So many goodies.
We're going to teach you how to facilitate kind of with couples, like how to grow the good. So often, it's more important to grow the good than to actually like really spend a lot of time processing the difficult stuff.
Yeah. And then we have, here's helping couples create a strengths-based relationship, one of our passions. So how do you do that? What do you mean by that? So again, you'll see here's, these, we love card decks. So you receive various card decks throughout the journey. So again, it's the, you get the training.
Yes.
Yes.
And then all the handouts. We've got module 9, communication essentials for couples, part 2. So all sorts of things. And we're kind of teaching you how to show up as a coach in a way that softens people's defenses and opens their hearts and makes them really available for all the healing. So more communication, some of our favorite tools. Module 10.
Building emotional intimacy between a couple.
So
gotta have that intimacy.
So important.
Relationship problems often come from a lack of emotional intimacy. So you're going to know exactly how to facilitate that.
Yeah. And then personal transformation. So we go into kind of self-sourcing and how to regulate our nervous system and how to get inner clarity and tap into our inner wisdom and that kind of self-healing that we want to be doing, because relationships bring all of our own insecurities, doubts, fears, traumas, pain, unconscious patterns, brings them all into the light. So we have 2 weeks devoted just to personal transformation rather than only looking to our partner to meet our needs. We want to learn how to really self-source those because that's our pathway to freedom.
Yep. Yeah. And that personal responsibility is, again, one of our pillars.
Yes. Yeah. So we have 2 modules on personal transformation, then module 13 and 14.
Healing from Affairs, part 1 and part 2. Sometimes relationship coaching is about really focusing on these very painful things and making sure that you help the couple completely do that repair work to really, not to stay stuck in the pain. You're really kind of showing them the way out, helping them process that and getting them to that place where things are better than ever. And so affairs is one of those like most painful places, right, that relationships can go. And you're going to know how to get people, back, to the light.
Yeah, really. So that they turn it into this moment where things got better than ever before. So we have a whole rebuild process that will guide you through with the affairs and wonderful. Here's our kind of rebuild acronym, and we guide you through the whole process for the hurting partner, the partner who's had the affair, where nobody's made to be wrong or like the bad guy or anything like that. It's all a moment of healing. It's these kind of very delicate things. You want to have a really good flashlight as you go in, and it can just be exquisite. The opening, going into the deepest, most painful, tender moments, and then this kind of wide open, kind of cracked heart wide open moment. So understanding why affairs happen, helping couples understand. So you can see that here's this rebuild, the remorse and responsibility, empathy, building trust. We have a whole series of trust building actions and how to guide people through that, understanding why it happened, how to make sure it doesn't ever happen again, how to reinvest and reprioritize the relationship, learning to love each other in a way that they never have, and then designing a thriving relationship. So we give you everything you need to guide people through the rebuild process. And then module 16 and 17 are all about sexuality and physical intimacy.
Yes. Again, one of the pillars. Every thriving relationship also, right? We want it to be a thriving sexual relationship.
Yeah.
And, so we want to understand, like what are the barriers to that? Like what are the brakes and what are the accelerators to sexual desire among each partner? And, how do we really support each other and, getting rid of those brakes and pressing each other's accelerators.
Yes. As a big reason that couples will come in is if there's like a difference in their desire for physical intimacy. So we are going to guide you through everything you need to support couples in those moments. And so, these are both on sexuality. And then we've got module 17 is setting a couple up for lasting change. And so we want to make sure that, our aim is to work ourselves really out of the position of coach, that they just come in for tune-ups. And this is why they're going to refer their friends to you and their colleagues to you and, all their loved ones they want to send you. Because like, oh my gosh, this much input and we received this much in return. And so the greatest kind of marketing out there is just to serve people with your whole heart and get them powerful results. And we really designed a whole methodology and system that you have full rights to use and replicate and make your own. We are, whatever brings more love into the world, we are passionate about doing. So this is all about creating, this framework for them to really know the pathway back to connection. If they ever get off, that they know exactly what to do to come back and have a compelling and inspiring vision moving forward. And then module 18 is all about the formula. The first 10 sessions with a couple will be completely mapped out for you. You will truly know exactly what to do for those first 10 sessions that we have done. I don't know how many hundreds, thousands of times. And we give you examples of us doing those first sessions. So you're like, okay, gosh, I just really know exactly what to do. And it's amazing then getting to hear how it goes for people. So and then we give you client intake form. We walk you through all the things. So truly your practice is ready to go as you're getting closer. And then Bret does 3 sessions on his own.
Yeah, so I do special considerations trainings on addictions, because there's very high rate of addictions in the world, and especially in our society. And so we all know that, and when that's happening in a relationship, in a family, in a marriage, there's a lot of suffering, and we want to be able to at least just know enough of like how to support them, and it might be, making sure that we know the right direction to send them in, because a lot of, most of us aren't going to have, the skills to treat addiction, of course, but you're going to know enough to really be able to take those first few steps in really supporting people, getting the treatment that they need, the help that they need, the support that they need, to really, find their sobriety, and, kind of really, be that phoenix, and to kind of come, into that much higher version of themselves. We also go over personality disorders. So when personality disorders are present in relationship, it can be very difficult and pretty complicated, and sometimes not safe. And so again, we don't have to be experts in these areas to help people, but I'm going to teach you what you need to know like how to support people. Maybe it's like how to refer them to the right place, how and when not to give people coaching, like what are those very rare instances where we don't want to coach someone because there's maybe a personality disorder that makes that unsafe, which kind of leads us to the next special consideration of training on intimate partner violence, and that's where some of those darker personality disorders, right, can be these character profiles that are dangerous. It's extremely rare, but you need to have this information to know, to be able to make a quick assessment, a quick and accurate assessment of, when it's okay to work with people, which is going to be almost 100% of the time, but then those very rare occasions when it's not. So you're going to have that skill set to know that.
Yeah, and Bret is the perfect guide. This his background as a licensed clinical social worker and working in community mental health clinics and the emergency department. We want to make sure that you have that kind of knowledge, that you are trauma informed, that you have all the things. And we have lots of therapists, that take this program, because actually in therapy training, oftentimes when it comes to relationships, people are just getting like, a class or a couple classes. And so this is for people who really want a deep dive in relationships specifically. So here we have our collection of handouts all in one handy place. So
there's a lot of them.
There are a lot of them.
And every one of them has a very specific purpose for a specific situation. So, what makes, this program so valuable is that we train you in over 50 tools. And, in the right moment, there's going to be, this like very specific need that a couple has, and you're going to like whip out the perfect tool for that. And they're going to be like, whoa, like you're a magician. It's like, yeah, you are.
Yeah, it will really feel like you have X-ray vision. Like we'll be saying, once you become versed, it's really learning a whole vocabulary. And once you learn this vocabulary, any couple you're with, you're like, oh, I can see under the surface and exactly what's happening here. And I know the pathway back into connection and healing, which is, I just can think of no greater gift for us to be empowered with for our own personal lives and and to support others with. And then we have some sample sessions. We guide you through the tools so you can actually see, what's happening. So just to show you that. So these wonderful, incredible, couples that share some of their intimate moments of their lives, we guide you through the tools. So you get to actually watch the coaching come to life, which a lot of people say is one of their very favorite parts. It is the only place that we offer that kind of inner intimate moments. and just so deeply touched and honored that these couples volunteered to share. And then we also have some guest speakers that we add to. So we've got one on cultural sensitivities and diversity training, so important. We have Dr. Jill Bolte Taylor, New York Times bestselling author and renowned Harvard neuroanatomist, talks about the brain in relationships. So she came and did a presentation just for this group, and it's fantastic. People loved that so much. And so grateful.
It's just such a mind-blowing presentation. Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Jill.
Yes. And you have rights to use that and to guide people through that kind of whole brain relationship model. A session on gender, identity, and sexuality. So important. Again, we want just to be very sensitive, inclusive coaches and in our language and how we embrace people. And so we also have some on, people who, are neurodivergent and on the spectrum. So all of that, lots of sensitivity trainings. And then graduation sessions, you're just required to do 8 sessions for graduation. They don't need to be recorded. You just do a session, which we get you so set up before you do that. This is way far, it's like 5 months in when you're probably just like, oh, I can't wait to share these. We give you everything you need. And then you do the sessions and you just do a little journal entry about them. So you don't need to record anything. We just ask you to let us know how long was the session, when was it, what were their names, and what tools did you use and why, and what did you learn? That's the most important part, is that it's all here for our learning and growth. And then Business Bootcamp. So again, 3 parts of this program: your personal transformation, up-leveling, improving, strengthening, renewing literally every relationship in your own life, making it healthier and stronger and better, and then learning exactly how to help couples. I mean, you will become an expert relationship coach by the end of these 6 months. And the third part is all about then developing a successful, abundant, lucrative business that delights you. So feels very creative. I love making that so easy, because it feels like such a tragedy that people have so many gifts inside of them and then get stuck around the business part. And we do not want that to happen whatsoever. And so this is kind of a workshop style. So you come on, if you can't join at one time, you can join the next round of Business Bootcamp. It's 8 sessions and it's so much fun. So we just go through all the things, how to create your client intake form. We do it actually in the session. So by the end of the session, you have an online client intake form and you have an paper client intake form. We go through how to set up your online scheduler, how to create a cancellation policy. We create it right then and there. Client names, we come up with business names. People are like purchasing domain names on the call. And it's just like this fun synergy. It's like all those things that can like keep us paralyzed. We don't want any of that. So we like have this amazing collective energy, and we're all riding the wave of inspiration and momentum. And I love it so much. I love seeing you shine. And then writing your bio, designing your logo. We together get in and have fun designing logos and then sharing them with each other. Your online scheduler. We do the tech stuff together, all of us together. So I'm there. You're like, oh, how do I do this? By the end of the hour, my aim is like for everyone to have an online scheduler. And so you're ready when it comes time for practice sessions, that you can send them your client form and your online scheduler, and you have your business name. We go over exactly how to do free consultations and discovery sessions, and how to market yourself, of course, money mindset and soulful sales, and a generosity-based business, how to design packages, all that kind of stuff, how to build your list, how to grow on social media, how to grow your own mailing list, all the things that we've learned over the years, and then how to design a website and how to really nurture and continue to take the best care of your people. So those are all here. And of course, those are all recorded, and we just really give you everything you need for those. We're just like, you can cut and paste any of our stuff. We just want to share. We really, this life feels so precious and like such a gift and such an honor to be alive, that we just want to make your life easier and better and help you do the same for others, and just keep that flow of goodness. So there's a little sneak peek inside.
A little taste.
Taste.
That's just a little bit. There's so much more.
There's so much more, because of course, tucked inside of every Q&A call, those magic unfolds in the Q&A. And so you have those weekly over the course of 6 months. And actually, when you sign up, you get 9 months access to those in case you fall a little behind. We've got you. So thank you all so much. And we're happy to answer any questions whatsoever that you have. I hope that helped fill in maybe some gaps. It just feels like, okay, now I can see how it is. We're so happy to answer any questions. If you want to put any in the chat or raise your hand or anything like that, let us know. We can actually, if you can raise your hand or put it in the chat just so we can see you. If you have any others, we would love, love, love to answer them. We welcome them fully.
Really, if you're called to do this work, like we want you doing this work in the world. We truly believe that, every neighborhood in the world kind of needs a thriving relationship coach, that to truly serve, all the people that need, these gifts, that need these skills, that need this support. So if you're, called to do it, yeah, please, put in the application, and sign up for the consultation.
Yes. Yeah. We start classes really soon. You'll see if you go to this page here /cert. So it's our website, Center for Thriving Relationships and certification. You can get the application here on this page. If you just enter your info, you'll get the application there. If you haven't filled it out already, I think lots of you probably have. And if you've talked to Kate, Kate's actually, she's amazing. She's who you'll talk to on our team, who's here now as well. And it's just like having tea with a friend. She'll just be there to answer all your questions and just really explore if this is the best match for you. There's Kate. She just chimed in. Hi, I'm Kate. I'm who you will speak with on your info call. We're so connected. Thank you so much, Kate. So yeah, people, this wouldn't usually happen when you call someone, but we'll actually get messages like, oh my gosh, Kate is so awesome. She was so helpful. So know that, yeah, you don't have to hold anything back. Any of your questions, any of your concerns, we welcome them. We would love to hear them. It's like a no pressure. It's really just, if you feel this calling, we want to help empower you and give you everything you need to really make a difference in the world. Okay, Kim raised her hand. Hi, Kim. Feel free to unmute. It will.
Hello.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
So good to have you here.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure listening to all of this. So did I miss the part on cost, or is there somewhere I should go to find that information, or is that something you can go over now?
Yeah, so happy to share, of course. So the investment is $49.97 for the 6 months, and there's lots of payment plan options. And so we're so happy to work with people if you need a stretched out payment plan, whatever that is. And the aim is really, for you to earn your investment back pretty quickly. Beyond this program too, you get 6 months access to Scott Oldford, who's one of the kind of leading mentors and advisors to some of the largest kind of coaches really in the world right now. He's a true business wizard, and he has something called the Modern Business Academy, and he has been a mentor to us and a friend to us. And so he has there's like no strings attached whatsoever. You receive 6 months access to his program as well beyond this for your business, where there's like weekly hypnotherapy and breath work and list building and people who will look at your Facebook posts and how to build a team, like really everything about business you could possibly ever want or need. There's so many calls every week and a whole system, and you just get 6 months access to that as well after you graduate. And so that's the aim, is that you will, exponentially earn your investment back. So hope that answers your question. We're so happy to work with you. So totally hop on a call with Kate if you feel a call to do this. Yeah, we'd love to come up with creative solutions with you.
Can I ask a second part to that question real fast?
Please.
How do we contact Kate again? I'm assuming she goes over all that information with us then.
Yes. So there's Kate. You can see her on video. Kate, will you wave? There's Kate. See, look at what a friendly face you get to connect with. So Kate put here in the chat. So yeah, if you've already applied, you don't need to go through the whole process again. You can email Kate. So it's kate@centerthrive.com. She put it in the chat, those of you here. Or the phone number is 812-223-7186. And you can also, oh my gosh, Amber, it just gave me chilly nilly willies. Oh my gosh, Amber, we would be so over the moon to have your amazing heart and spirit in the program. I tell you, this program, it's just like, it
brings together the best humans in the world.
It's like the best of humanity.
The biggest hearts, the most open, warm, loving hearted people, to come together to do this training, because right, it's like that's our calling, is to be that in the world.
Yeah. Yes. And you can also on this page here, you can also see there's like a little link if you just want to hop on a call with Kate. Let's see if we can find it. You scroll down. There are moments or little options to here, questions, sign up for a free 20-minute consultation. So if you click on that, hopefully you can all see the screen, then you can schedule a time with Kate there as well. And she'll be the one that you talk to when you schedule that. So that's another route to Kate, but otherwise you can call her or email or anything like that. So congratulations. Oh my goodness. This is the start.
Welcome to Team Love, Megan.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Team Love.
Team Love.
Yes, that is definitely what we call. It is really one of my favorite things about this program. I mean, I love so many things out of it. It's like who we become through it when we all come together. So it's just so exciting. On this end of things, knowing like, oh my gosh, the awakenings and like ahas and oh my gosh, that just made sense of my whole life. All those moments that we get to have together. It really is like turning on the lights and suddenly like so much of our entire lives make sense. And to feel empowered that, relationships are complicated, they can get messy, and to know how to skillfully navigate them in a way that you feel proud of and that minimizes, it's so distressing, right? When we're having any upset in relationships. So to like alleviate that in our own lives and who we get to become through it is just the best. So Megan, can't wait to bear witness to all of the goodness and magic that's going to be unfolding in your life. Congratulations. And thank you so much for trusting us and inviting us on this journey with you. It is such a deep, deep honor and joy.
True.
Does anybody else have questions? We're so here for you to help in any way. Yay. Okay. Yeah. Anybody else? All right.
We're totally here for you. So please don't hesitate to call, email, text if you have any questions at all. We are totally here for you.
Yes, please. Hearts wide open. So thank you all so much for joining us for this call. Yeah, it really, whether you join this program or, it's some other part of your, life that you are just called to spread love. We're just so thankful for who you are in this world. It makes such a difference. Every bit of goodness and kindness and care we bring into the world. So looking forward to connecting with you more and sending so much love.
Yeah, our heart to yours. Just wishing you the best and big hugs. Much love.
Yes. Bye, everyone.